Also here in Seoul, Foreign Minister Cho Hyun is hosting his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi starting today for talks on a wide range of bilateral and regional matters, including North Korea. Our foreign affairs correspondent Oh Soo-young reports.
China's top diplomat Wang Yi begins a two-day official visit to Seoul on Wednesday at the invitation of Foreign Minister Cho Hyun. The Foreign Ministry says they will exchange in-depth views on Korea-China relations, the Korean Peninsula, and regional and international issues of mutual interest. It will be their first Foreign Ministers meeting in 11 months upon Wang Yi's first visit to Korea in nearly 5 years. Their meeting will be followed by a formal dinner. Attention then turns to the Blue House on Thursday. President Lee Jae Myung's office says he and Wang Yi will assess the future direction of bilateral ties and regional developments, with Yi also conveying his regards to Chinese President Xi Jinping. Watchers will be listening for whether Yi seeks Beijing's support for the multilateral dialogue he proposed in his Liberation Day address, aimed at replacing the Korean Peninsula's armistice with a peace regime. Wang will also hold talks and a lunch with National Security Advisor Lee Jae-myung. But experts caution against relying too heavily on Beijing to bring Pyongyang back to dialogue or endorse or even mention North Korea's denuclearization.
China now has very limited room to act. A key reason is the growing importance of North Korea's relations with Russia.
In wanting to maintain some form of trilateral alignment among North Korea, China, and Russia, this is not necessarily disadvantageous for China in building a front against the U.S. Thus, China has no reason to step in directly and try to persuade North Korea.
The talks may also expose a wider strategic divide as Beijing watches host U.S.-backed nuclear-powered submarine program and closer security cooperation with Washington and Tokyo.
From China's perspective, Korea acquiring nuclear-powered submarines would erode the strategic and military advantage Beijing has enjoyed in Asia since the Second World War. This is also intertwined with stronger trilateral cooperation among Korea, the U.S. and Japan, which China strongly opposes.
Analysts are also watching for practical economic deliverables, although technology competition and diverging supply chains still constrain cooperation. Seoul says ahead of the APEC summit in Shenzhen this November, the foreign ministers' talks will assess progress in restoring bilateral relations and prepare the ground for further high-level exchanges. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.